mic. I mean, my camera.
Hey, darling, did we get the dress?
We did get the dress. We
Oh,
got the
wait, did you
dress.
post the TikTok?
No, I'm gonna show the dresses that I did not pick first.
Okay.
And then show
All
it.
right, nails. The nails look good.
Thank you. They're gel X. They're not even acrylic.
Yes.
Um, but I wanted to come on here because I was hearing um the previous young lady's story, and it really made me kind of emotional. I've lost a lot of people in my life. I know I look crazy right now. I'm so sorry.
What advice would you give her, Keys?
I would say to just you need to pray. You need to cast your cares to the Lord. You know, even when you don't have anybody, you will still have God. At the end of the day, like, God allowed it to happen. And it's something that, it's just, it's in his plan. And you don't go through things for you go through things for yourself, but you also go through things for other people. I lost both of my parents, and I'm 23 years old. Last week I lost my good friend Amber. She was murdered by her husband.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Brutally murdered, beat beyond recognition, shot in the head, and her throat was slit.
And the disturbing murder of a kindergarten teacher. She had also become a mother recently when police say she had been killed by her husband.
Just a few steps from where I'm standing is where they found 26-year-old Amber Morgan's body. She was brutally murdered, and we got a chance to speak to her parents.
This was a woman that they don't make them like that.
Corey Morgan described his daughter as a bright star who loved being a mother.
That Friday night, she went to Costco with her mother, and she took everything up 2 flights of stairs, having a 5-week-old baby.
That was the last time the parents saw her. Her husband, Robert Cooley, confessed to the murder, telling officers, "I did something bad. I need to go to jail. And then later, I took my wife's life." Police found Amber Saturday morning in her home. Police say her face was beaten so severely she was unrecognizable. She was shot in the head and her throat slit. Officers saw blood on Cooley's hands and clothing. Amber's parents say there were red flags with Cooley, but didn't think it would go this far.
He was verbally abusing her and what I would call starting to spiral out of control since a little shortly before the birth of the baby.
He threatened me. He tried to engage in a physical altercation with me.
Amber's mom tells us Amber asked for a petition for dissolution of marriage papers the night before she was killed.
We think that he tried to confront her, and she told him something he didn't want to hear.
Amber was a kindergarten teacher at Victory Prep. She taught there for a year. Her husband faces a preliminary murder charge and is in Marion County Jail without bond. The parents tell me they will be adopting Amber's 5-week-old baby.
We would go to brunch. It's just crazy. We would go to brunch like once a month. I played basketball with her. I've been knowing Amber since like 12 years. And it's so upset. It's so upsetting.
Let me ask you, Keys, and you don't have to answer this. You can say no. Were there signs when you did meet up with Amber of anything going on? Not that you need to speak on it, but I just thought I'd
There are
ask.
no signs. There are no signs. Amber, she respected her husband. So, I don't. There's no way to even for me to tell. She was so sweet, and it's so crazy because like I get on TikTok and Curology ended up commenting on one of my videos, and I was getting ready. It was a get ready with me to go to brunch with Amber, and in the video I'm apologizing to Amber for being 30 minutes late. And it's so crazy how God has timing because I was looking for that video, I'm looking for everything that has even remotely close to being with Amber, and it doesn't even feel real. Like, I think I need to go through grief counseling because just losing my parents, I just never really healed from that completely. Especially me losing my dad. Me and my dad were like this. I have a stepmom, and she's really like my mom. So she's filled the void of my mom all of my life. So I feel like losing my dad was like really, that was painful, and Amber helped me through that. She helped me through the loss of my father. So I don't know.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Keys.
Thank you. I can't really give really good advice because I'm going through like grief myself, but I've never even thought about what it would be like to lose a friend. But it's a weird type of pain. You can literally look this up. Like, you could look up Robert Cooley on the internet. He murdered her. You could look it up and read the story for yourself. It's devastating.
But that's what I'm saying. Being that was your best friend, I'm saying that was your bestie.
That wasn't even my best friend. Like, she was a good friend.
Oh, she was a good friend.
And
Okay.
it still hurts. Like,
That's why I was
hurts so much.
asking, were there signs when you saw her? Did you see anything out of the
Always
order,
talked
her
about
demeanor?
she always talked about good things. She always had a smile on her face. And even if she was having a problem, she wouldn't talk about the problem like in the moment. She would talk about how the solution became, if that makes sense. Like she wouldn't talk about it when she was angry because she still wanted, to be respectful. She would wait and talk about it later, like, hey, we dealt with this before, 3 months ago or a year ago or however long ago it was. She would talk about it after the problem was resolved. And I just think it's just because she had such a high respect for the people that she loved and cared about. And that's one thing I respected about her, because she don't dog people out. But I don't know. I'm trying to forgive her husband, but and deep down inside I hate him.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
don't even want to feel like that. Like, I don't want to feel like I hate anybody. I don't want to feel like I wish bad upon him.
yeah.
Like,
But
he just
that
had a baby. She just had a baby 5 weeks ago. Like, her baby, that's traumatic. Like, the first sounds
five
that you hear is
weeks
screaming.
ago.
5 weeks ago, the first sounds you hear as a baby, as an infant, is screaming and crying. And now the baby is with her mother. Her mother is grieving, taking care of the baby. The baby looks just like Amber.
Mm,
Like, that's a different type of pain. Read the article. But I do have to forgive him. But right now, I'm not ready. And I've already told God, like, I'm not ready. I want to hear bad news about him.
that's heavy. Someone you just saw, you created a TikTok with, even not just, but, and now they're no longer here.
No longer here. She RSVP'd on my wedding. She sent me the address. My husband is a news reporter. So he pulled up to the scene, seen her car, and was like, what the actual is going on? Like,
Mm,
seen her car, knew there was a dead body. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. And in my head, I'm thinking, who the heck is dying at 8 a.m.? And it's my friend. Like, I don't know what to do. And last time I was talking to her, I was talking to her about the wedding. She asked me how my marriage life was going. I told her good. I didn't even think to ask her how her marriage life was going, because I was so fixated on what I had to get done. So what I'm telling you guys is, please lock in on your friends. Please lock
please check in on your friends too, even the ones
in.
with a smile.
The
Say
one,
it.
especially the ones with the smile.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
the ones with the smile. You need to be paying attention to mannerisms. My best friend, I'm asking her now, like, hey, how's everything going? Okay,
Mhm.
just popping in. Let me know if anything's weird, because I can't afford this anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, please check up on your friends. Make the time when God drops things in your spirit and your heart. Do not ignore it. That's being disobedient.
Yep. I agree.
You need to be acting on it, because it's a spirit that God gave you for a reason. You need to be acting on it. But
I agree. I agree. Wow. Well, that I think someone needed to hear that. Someone needed to hear that tonight for sure.
thank you so much for letting me share the story of my friend. Like, I love her
No,
so much.
absolutely.
Her
I
name
think
needs
it's an
to
important
be
story to tell.
her name needs to be mounted everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to her was unfair. She never deserved that. And it's because she was asking for a divorce. It still doesn't resonate with me. I still feel like I could talk to her. I had a dream about her last night, back when we were kids. We was playing basketball and she ate up all my trail mix. Like, I'm thinking about, like, all the times. Like, I need to get off the phone because I'm really about to start crying and I don't want to do that.
Oh no, it's fine. And again, I think there's something to learn in this too. It's like, listen to the red flags, check on your strong friends, check on your friends who are smiling, ask them, like, pause. Hey friend, how are you? I
Right.
know sometimes we get caught up in conversations when we're on the phone with friends, like, girl, I got this going on. But genuinely ask your friend, are you
Be
okay?
present.
Be present. That's the perfect way to say it. Be present. So if there's a friend that you haven't spoke to, or you haven't called, or y'all been missing each other or whatnot, reach out. How
What
are
city
you?
was
What's
this in?
going
This was
on?
in the city of Indianapolis.
Mhm. I'm so sorry, my dear. And just had a baby 5 weeks ago.
Baby, and the baby looks just like her. But God allowed it. So I'm trying to still, like, have my, like, the same God that allows stuff you need. Like, it's so odd. It's so odd. Like, the same God that allows this to happen is like, I still have to trust him. I still have to find favor in what happened because it didn't happen for no reason. Like this is something insane. This is something you see on TV.
Yeah. Yep. It is. It is. And sometimes it's like, wow, someone I know close to home. This is like, it feels surreal almost. Like, there's no way this is someone I know.
Pray for her. Pray for her family. I'm gonna get out of here because these comments are a lot.
Alrighty. Well, have a good night and come back when you can, okay?
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Bye-bye. All right, you guys. Well, I think we're going to end it now. Yes, we're going to end it now. Hello, beautiful.
Hi,
Welcome.
Ashley. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
I love you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for your support.
No worries. So, can I ask you a question? That's okay.
Absolutely.
I live in Dallas. I moved to Dallas 2 years ago from the DMV area, and I am having not a hard time in dating, but just kind of asking the right questions for serious people. They drop in and then they kind of step out, or they're just not serious. And so I'm thinking maybe I don't ask the right questions.
Can you give us an example? Maybe your very last situation, what happened with that?
Yeah, sure. So the very last situation, or it was a dating situation. Been dating for a couple of months.
Oh,
Um, yeah, like two
so that
months.
was your boyfriend. Was that your boyfriend?
No, it wasn't a boyfriend. It was just going on dates. And I wanted to just kind of know the right questions because I didn't just want to be in a relationship without really knowing the person. And so it took 2 months until I found out he had two kids, which is not an issue, but it was also, the responsibility that he should have with the kids he doesn't have. And I didn't think that was an appropriate, relationship to have if he's not seeing his kids.
Oh, he doesn't see them at all.
No, he doesn't see them, and I don't think he really supports them either. And I keep thinking I could have asked this question in advance. I think I was just kind of letting them lead. So
Mm-hmm.
just kind of wondering, what is it that you, I don't know. I don't know if there's like a set of questions that people feel comfortable asking the first couple of days.
Absolutely. I think the first suggestion I would give you, Bibs, is to get out of your head because that's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
Like, granted, there are questions you want to ask, like, where are you from? Where did you grow up? Where's the last place you traveled? What values, what things are important to you in life? However, what I feel from you, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that you're in your head about it. So, like, you're on a date and you've been watching videos and you're like, what should I say? Should I say this?
Or is it
What
too
should I
much?
look out
Like,
for
am I
that?
asking too much? Like, is this too much to ask?
No, no, no. I don't think it's too much. I just think it feels like maybe you're in your head too much. Are you in your head a lot? Yeah. Instead of just being present, how about just being present on the date? Sit there with the guy and genuinely get to know him. Listen to what he has to say. What is his interest? What does he like to
Yeah.
do? You know, like, what does he do for a living? And while he's
Mm.
talking, don't think, well, what do I say next?
For me, I think maybe I just talk over the. I don't know if I talk over them, but I'm like trying to get the energy up just because I'm nervous and I don't really get to the real questions. And now I'm thinking,
What
okay,
makes you nervous on the date, though?
it's just like one, it's the banter. Like I enjoy being able to like relate to the person that I'm dating.
Mhm.
And I feel like in silence, it can get like just the settled energy can be uncomfortable.
You feel like, oh no, maybe he's thinking he doesn't like me or something, or
No, the silence is just more like, okay, what else? Like just more on the fun. The issue is just like I never get to the deep stuff. I'm always like just kind of on the surface and like just enjoying and maybe getting a drink or two. And then I always end up with the heaviest things at the end. It's like, what?
yeah, but that makes sense. It takes time to get to the deep stuff. Like you can't just
Yeah.
jump into that. That takes time. Like you
Yeah.
have to trust someone. Just like you won't jump
Mm.
into, I don't know, a dating situation and tell all your deepest, darkest things to a person. That takes time.
Yeah, I know it makes sense. I think for me, listening is just the biggest takeaway from you because to even get to the deeper level, it just takes a sense of like settled energy and
Yeah, I was about to say you need
yeah,
to have peace with yourself. Like you
yeah.
need to have peace with yourself and realize I don't have anything to prove. So there's no need for me to be like, oh, okay, silent. Let me fill in the gap. No, it's I know who I am. It's
Mm,
silent.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ashley. The struggle is real, okay?
Yes, get out of your head.
Thank you so much, Ashley. I appreciate you so much.
You're a beautiful girl. Yeah, get out of your
Thank
head.
you.
It's
Thank you,
fine.
love.
You're welcome, darling. Bye
Okay.
bye. Yes, get out of your head, darling. You in your head. You in your head. And that's the thing too. I think since it's like when you're on these apps, and it could go both ways, when you watch so much content, when you consume so much content, you'll get out there in the real world and then you don't know what to do or what to say. No, because I'm trying to get to the bag. I'm trying to see if he got money. I'm trying to see if he has all of the things. And they're saying you got to do it like this and move like that and say it like that. Granted, of course, those things are important, but you also have to feel out the energy and the environment. Okay, what is the vibe? What is the feel? How is this conversation going? You know, does that make sense, chat?